up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Married to Medicine, Season 8, Episode 12. So listen, we have Quad and Anila having lunch on one side of town, and we have Contessa, Simone, and Toya on the other side of town. Now, basically, Quad is being Quad. You know, she meets up with Anila. They dressed alike and everything, honey. And, you know, they've been bonding. Anila said, listen, I've been hanging with Quad a little too much. Anila offers to hook Quad up with some of her husband's friends. And, you know, Quad is intrigued by that because, you know, Quad trying to get married to Medicine again, girl. She made a little shady comment about Anila being, you know, young enough. And that's what she's been yearning for in this group, honey. And then, of course, they get to talking about Toya. Now, listen, Anila, Anila, you seem like one of those people that you go whichever way the wind blow, boo. I don't know. I'm a little nervous that you don't have your own voice. You don't have your own mind. You know, Toya done kicked you to the curb, so now Quad your new best friend, and I feel like you're going along with the get along. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. That could just be how I'm feeling about it. And, you know, she basically says, listen, you know, Toya hasn't called me. We haven't talked. You know, Toya kind of, you know, she's fake. And Quad just said point blank, period, listen, she's fake. We had problems in the past. We got problems right now. We probably going to have problems in the future. But at the end of the day, she was the one that was talking trash about me. And if she had just owned it, we could have moved on. If she had just accepted it, owned it, we could have moved on. Then on the other side of town, we got Contessa, Simone, and Toya talking. Now, I guess because Contessa done ran out there with no shoes on to check on Toya last week, they best friends again. I guess Toya, you done forgot all about Contessa wouldn't take her shoes off at your party, huh? Y'all friends again? Everything is good again? Everything is all good now, huh? Okay, that's what we doing. That's how we playing that game? All right, it's whatever. You know, you like it, I love it. Now, they're trying to get Toya to own it. They acknowledge that Toya is part of the problem. And they're trying to get Toya to talk to Quad. They're trying to get Toya to talk to Anila. And they're trying to get Toya to accept her part in this situation. You know, Contessa says, well, what have you done? And of course, you know, Toya, I haven't done anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't done anything. And y'all know Bravo, they started, you know, flipping back, showing some things where Toya wasn't the nicest person. And Toya was rude to Anila. And Toya talking, telling people all Anila's business, you know. But in the meantime, Simone is having a couples dinner at her house. She's going to invite Toya and Eugene. Toya and Eugene. Contessa and Scott, you know. Excuse me. We find out, Lord, Anila's family's back in town, honey. Her mom and dad. Her mama says she's going to be there for a month, honey. You know, she done bought 20 suitcases. Well, they're having, it's her daughter's 5th birthday, but they are also combining that with an event in India, the Holi, where they are, they wear white and they throw the colors, and the colors represent different things, and it's a ceremony where you leave everything there. Sort of like a New Year's thing where you leave everything in the past and you celebrate moving into a new year. Sort of like that a little bit. And you've probably seen pictures of it, of the people wearing the white and them throwing the paint on each other and, you know, so forth. So she's planning that. And, of course, she's inviting everybody. She don't know whether she's going to invite Toya or not because, you know, her and Toya just ain't in a good place. And she just wasn't sure. You know she ended up inviting Toya, child. Toya come. So, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? But her daughter, it's her daughter's birthday as well, and the ceremony. Oh, so we spend the rest of this episode seeing Anila bargaining for better prices, and her talking about how much money she's saving her husband and how she can shop on a budget and how he's going to be proud of her. And she's got to give some really good deals. And we see her haggling the rest of the episode. And I'm sure that that's supposed to go along with this storyline that they got money problems and that Anila can't afford her bills. But honestly, I don't see what she did nothing wrong. You listen. If it's up for negotiation, you supposed to negotiate. All right. If you can haggle and you can, you okay. Well, can you throw that in for a little bit extra? Oh, okay. Well, can I get instead of 4 hours, I want 2 hours. What's that gonna cost me? Listen, I feel like they were trying to spin a narrative that they couldn't afford to throw this party and that it's not, she cutting corners. But let's be clear. She's supposed to and she should have. And the reality is all of them supposed to be everybody should negotiate if you can. A lot of us don't. But she ain't nothing wrong with her negotiating. Anyway. Um but I just feel like they're trying to spin that narrative. But we get there. No. She had a whole petting zoo and all kinds. Well, a horse, not a petting zoo, a horse. So anyway, they had all kinds of stuff there, child. So then we see Dr. Jackie meeting with her business manager. She said, her business manager, Abby, she said, listen, Ebony is helping me keep my marriage. I guess she's taking a lot of stuff off of Jackie's plate so that she's not working too hard. And her and Curtis can make sure that they're in the right place and that they're on the right track and they're doing the things they're supposed to be doing, right? She's actually working on a beauty line with Volition Beauty. So we see her on a business call. And you can actually pre-order. They didn't advertise the pre-orders, honey. So good for you, Dr. Jackie. She said, listen, at the end of the day, the cosmetic aisle for black, for beauty products is small and slim to none. I mean, we lost Every Hue Beauty. That was shady. But we did. Anyway. So we saw that. We saw that. Okay, that was cool. Now, we get to the dinner party, honey. And y'all know what was funny about that dinner party? Toya ass was early. The damn Contessa was the one that was late, okay? But the three couples show up. Scott talking about what if this is one of them old freaky parties? And, Contessa had to say it. Scott thought this was gonna be a swing party. Girl, that was a joke between you and your husband. You ain't need to tell all them people that he thought it was gonna be a good old swing party. Anyway, Toya get out the car fussing. Because, they took Eugene's big ass. I don't know what that vehicle is, okay? So she needs a whole step stool. She gonna tell the man he put the stool down wrong. I mean, damn. Can he do anything right? Can he do anything right? So they're having dinner, and of course they get into the conversation about couple stuff, okay? They, y'all know, Simone and Cecil, honey. They're gonna get into the couple stuff. Excuse me. And I found it very interesting something that Toya said. Toya said that the kids say to her, leave daddy alone, he's doing the best he can. And he said, yeah, I wonder why they say that. And it went right over her head. She was like, I know, because you would think they would be defending me. Toya, think about that. The kids are telling you to leave daddy alone. He works hard enough and he's doing the best he can. That means that they are seeing you coming for their father. And they feel some kind of way about it. And Simone says something about it's not a good idea to argue in front of the kids. And Toya talking about something, well, that's easier said than done. It might be easier said than done, but that's what you should do. You should not be arguing in front of your children. Especially, I'm sure, the way that Toya argues and nags. So then they got into this whole thing, the husband and wives, but then it got to be the doctors versus the spouses, as far as, when your doctors, y'all got this attitude like y'all are always right and y'all don't, y'all know everything and this. And the messed up thing was Simone was actually defending you, Toya, and then you turned on Simone. She was defending you, talking about men. Men don't always know how to take accountability and stuff. And then you turned on her and started talking about how the doctors don't know. So, of course, now it became Curtis and Simone versus Toya and Cecil. And, like I said, Contessa and Scott weren't there yet because they was running late, child. So, by the time they get there, they done already had them a whole discussion about it. Toya done got loud. She done got forceful, And so now they're having dinner. And again, we talking about couple stuff. And again, one of the things Eugene said that I thought was very interesting was, he said, there comes a time where your spouse telling you you're doing something wrong, it goes from being helpful and constructive criticism to just badgering and you can't do nothing right. And once again, I'm like, Toya, are you listening to your man? Toya, are you listening to what your man is trying to tell you? Then we got on the Scott Contessa train. Listen, I'm so sick of Scott and Contessa and their marital problems. I ain't lying. They got into this whole thing. I don't even have the energy to go through the whole conversation. But suffice to say, Contessa once again started talking about how Scott make her feel like she's not worthy and he ain't listening to her, and he'll walk away in the middle of an argument and he won't talk to her for this and he won't do this and he won't do that. And it turned into a whole thing. Poor Cecil was like, damn, I was not trying to go there tonight. Like, I thought this was going to be light and lovely, but this done turned into a whole, therapy session, honey. But by the time it was over, I feel like Contessa and Scott came to some sort of agreement. Scott and Contessa got to a point where Scott said that he would understand that every discussion isn't a fight or argument, and that he would stick through them and he would stay present. That he was going to romance her more, and give her some more attention, which is what she's been asking for. And she said that she would leave him alone about therapy. That she will accept his answer that he doesn't want to go to therapy, and she will leave him alone. So I feel like they got to a better place. I feel like they had a sort of had a come to Jesus moment. So it was a good time. I feel like they had a good moment. Okay. All right. All the couples was cool. Okay. So now we get to the holly. The holly. It was beautiful. I mean, the colors, the decorations, it was beautiful, right? And everybody is showing up. Now listen, all the women are there. Now on the Contessa and Toya are riding together with their kids. Toya is cussing and fussing. She's talking about the other women. And Contessa is trying to tell her, can you watch your mouth, please? Can you not talk like that in front of my child, please? She said it as nice as she could, but she was kind of letting her know, can you please not? And then she said, when she was talking about the other women, Contessa was like, Lord, I'm going to have to do a lot of damage control after this car ride. But what that tells me is, once again, Contessa don't talk like that in front of her children. Because Toya didn't see nothing. She didn't even understand what Contessa was trying to tell her. And Toya, not only are you talking like that about cussing and stuff in front of your kids, but talking about the other women in front of your kids, which we already know she does. But she said that Anila showed up at the house and they were able to talk it through, and that, they're in a good place, child, and that's why she got her invitation. But she said that she, got her eye on Anila, though. She, Anila's a piece of work, and she got her eye on her. Everybody was there except for Simone, including Lisa Marie and Carrie Wells. Again, why? Quad got there, but she was late, child. But why? Why? Anyway, so she had horses there, like little horses, little miniature horses, and they could ride the horses. So Quad gets on the horse. So you got Carrie Wells and Lisa Marie talking shit about Quad, talking about some, ooh, the horse look like they having a hard time. Ooh, look at the dip in the horse. Making comments about Quad being so fat or whatever. And Quad was like, now why you coming for me? Like, I ain't bothered you. I ain't said nothing to you. But this ain't what you want. So next, Lisa Marie gets on the horse. And so Quad starts talking about Lisa Marie being fat and can't keep a man. And where her man at. Her man ain't this and her man ain't that. So Lisa Marie gets off the damn horse. And the two of them get to arguing. They get to yelling and cussing each other out. Talking about who can't keep a man. And she told Heavenly, you got a fake marriage and all kinds of stuff. Finally, Anila has to intervene and say, listen, this is my daughter's party, not here. Like, can we not do this at my daughter's birthday party? Please and thank you. And so they apologize and they move on or whatever. Quad shows up and was like, Lord have mercy, what did I walk into, honey? And they go through the ceremony. They throw the paint on each other and all of that good stuff. And then when it's over with, that damn Anila wants to have a kumbaya moment and wants to pull everybody into a circle. And she's trying to force Quad and Toya to make up. Quad was like, ma'am, take care of your own business. Because let's be clear, you and Toya got your own shit that y'all still working out. Don't be worried about mine. Stay over there. Don't be over here. And she tried to get them to, what do you want to leave here? And what are you going to... And Contessa said a good thing. Contessa said, I'm going to stop acting like everything happens to me and learn how to take responsibility for my part of it. Perfect. That was a great answer. She gonna get to Toya. Toya, she talking about, what are you gonna leave here? Fake ass bitches. So of course that turned into a whole thing. And finally they was like, you know what, forget it. Like just let's just forget it and we just gonna go home. Cause like that, nothing. We're not getting anything accomplished here, okay? Anyway, and that was pretty much the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.